Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm in my beautiful model shop where we're starting off with a clean base and going straight to skin prep. We're starting off with the lavender water from ciciglam. I'm using this to take off any excess dead residue blocking around the skin, and because this is obviously water, it's going to hydrate the skin and get it ready for my creams and serums. Next up is my Tmessentials body oil in bling. Because I'm going for a dewy skin, dewy finish, I wanted the rest of the skin to look the same, dewy and luminous. Next up is this video serum from Omaricode. It's something I jumped on late last year and I haven't stopped using, guys. This serum is packed with hyaluronic acid, amino acids, vitamin B5 that helps. It works great on texture. It gives you that soft, hydrated skin, supple skin that everybody needs. Everybody needs hydration, and so this works great on all skin types. And then some Kamax for the lips. Next up is the Omaricode moisturizer. This is also another favorite from Omaricode. It is a slimy moisturizer that pretty much works on every skin type. Yes, you heard that right, every skin type. I just apply this generously and then massage it gently into the skin. This locks in moisture. This intensely hydrates as well as it moisturizes. It's just a beautiful moisturizer. And on top of that, I'm using the hydrating primer from Omaricode as well, and I'm using that only around the perimeter of the face. So for this tutorial, I'll be using two primers and I'll be telling you why in a bit. Next up is the Tmessentials mattifying primer, and I'm putting this only around the T-zone. My model's got naturally oily skin, but during the colder season, like now during winter, she's got more of combination with a drier, with the perimeter of her face more dry and the T-zone more oily. So these two primers are targeting the skin concerns of those two places. For foundation, I'm using the Nubanbeauty in my skin in W11 and D15, and I'm applying D15 with my Yglamcosmetics YF40 brush around the perimeter of her face. My model has got a warm undertone with a slight yellow and orangey red peeking through. Now D15 has that perfect orangey red shade that warms up my model's skin and replicates the orangey hue shade I can see peeking through. And I'm just using my Beauty sponge to diffuse that shade because I applied a little too much. Now with my Yangabeauty definer and shader brush, I'm spreading out that W11 around the center of her face. This shade has more yellow in it and it matches her chest area perfectly well. And then I'm using my Yangabeauty foundation brush as well to blend all that foundation out and just merge it with that D15 going on around the perimeter of her face to create a balance, and so it all replicates the tones like I said. This foundation brush is another favorite thing that I own right now. I haven't dropped this brush since I got it. It's a very sturdy and dense foundation brush that works great with creams and liquids, and it feels very soft and luxurious on the skin. Above all, it gets the job done and just flawlessly blends like a dream. Like, just look at that. Can you tell I'm speechless? I wanted more coverage around the mouth and chin, so I went in with more of that W11. It's looking quite orangey right now, but trust the process. Like settles in and like balances at the end. Like, look at that. Beautiful. Now I'm using the Nubanbeauty concealer in 046.5 to conceal. And to spread and blend that out, I'm using this Yangabeauty shadow and crease brush, and I'm going to say this just once. Yangabeauty definitely did the thing with this core collection brush set because every single brush is a hit. This is my second favorite brush from the collection. I don't know if it's because this is multi-usable, if there's a word like that, but this brush is amazing. Going in with 044 from Nubanbeauty as well, and I'm using this to highlight. Still using that shadow and crease brush from Yangabeauty. This brush, like I said, is amazing. Works great with liquid concealers. It's very precise and also works great with eyeshadows as well, which is what was originally created for. And here I'm just going in with that Beauty sponge to properly blend out all of that concealer on the forehead and under the eyes that we have placed there to highlight my model's features. And I'm pretty much just going back and forth with that shadow crease brush and my beauty blender just to blend that under eye and make it as smooth as flawless as I want it to. And look at that, the power of highlights. And I'm applying some on the chin. I think that's a chin, yes. And a little around the corners of the mouth. I saw a makeup artist do this technique or use this technique, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to try it. I think it did something. It just highlighted the corners of the mouth. I've never tried it before, so yeah, I think it did something. And now I'm going under the eyes with the Zaroncosmetics brown skin powder in almond, and I'm applying that with my CB8 brush from Colorbox. Now this powder has a yellow undertone that isn't too overwhelming, so it's going to tone down that neutral tone from the concealer. And I'm switching back to the Yangabeauty because this is slimmer and we're getting to those fine lines properly. I told you I love this brush. And then I'm back to my Yglamcosmetics brush because this is bigger, it's fluffier, and it will just go, you know, round of the other area that I need to apply this powder in. Love this powder. It's my first time using it and I actually really do like it. I love the color of the shade. It's just perfect for my model's skin and undertone. And I personally just like to go in with a pressed or compact powder first because I love how it smoothens out the area first and the added coverage it gives, especially when I'm going for a full coverage look. It's just a personal preference before I go in with my loose setting powder. And for setting powder, I'm using my Nubanbeauty in the shade Caramel. Been using this since they launched and this is such a staple in my kit. I have this in every shade. Caramel is one of my favorite shades, especially when I'm working on medium to dark skin tone. The powder is so finely milled, so smoothing, and I'm just pressing that in and using my Colorbox CB4 brush to press that in and taking out the excess with that same white glam brush from earlier around the edges. And I'm just concentrating all my powders on the areas where she needs it and trying not to, you know, powder the rest of her face since I'm going for a more dewy finish. And next up is blush, and I'm going in with Tmessentials Cheek Glazing Headline, one of my favorite shades from the collection. This is a cream blush and it just gives that flush and shading that you need. It's also very beautiful. If you're a dewy girl like me, you definitely love this, and it's also very easy to use. And I'm just pressing that in with the same beauty sponge that I've been using from earlier, the being white one, and I'm just putting that in the areas where I would naturally blush. And for my model today, I'm extending that blush upwards because of the shade that this is, and because I know I'm not going to be bronzing her face in with any powder or anything. I decided to extend that up to further sculpt her face and to just give her that warmth. So beautiful, it's extra reflecting in light, very dewy, just what I wanted. It's so beautiful. And for highlight, I'm using the Tmessentials Cheek Glazing Bomb as well. This is a bronzy cream highlighter shade, and I'm just placing that around where you naturally highlight. This shade on dark skin for highlight is just sweet. It's just beautiful. I use this even on myself and I just love it. I love it. Now I'm using this Tough Pan blush palette from Lady V, and I'm just going in with that brown shade and just, you know, sculpting a crease and, you know, trying to define the nose contour. And yeah, I'm using, I don't know what brush this is, and with what is left off from the bomb highlighter, the liquid highlighter, I'm placing that on the lid. I initially was going for a very glossy and, you know, dewy look. I wanted the eyes to also speak that as well, but I changed my mind because it wasn't doing well on the lid. But anyways, right now with brows, I'm using my Beautylinebydidi browgasm pencil, and I'm just filling out the brows and following the natural shape of my model's brows. If you guys would like to see a tutorial on how I do brows, you can let me know in the comment section before. I don't think I have any brow tutorial on my channel, so it'll be a nice one to film. And I'm cleaning that up with my Yangabeauty flat brush brush, one of my favorite brushes for sure, for brows especially. It's very precise, gets the job done. And next up is the brow tamer from Tmessentials, and this is just a brow gel that keeps the brow hair in place. Next up is my least favorite product from the entire thing I used for this look, the eyetitude pencil from Yangabeauty. This pencil says to be waterproof, says it's a long wearing pencil. It's not. Use this to tight line, and I was trying to create like a smudged eyeliner look, very simple look on the eyes. But as you can see, it started to bleed even before I could complete it. It just wasn't, and I had to set with powder. It was just frustrating. I literally trashed it as soon as I was done with it for this look. I just had to continue. I should have used something else, but I wanted to keep it, you know, within, you know, Nigerian brands. And you know, that's the essence of doing videos like this, just to show you what works, what doesn't work. I don't think that pencil could have worked anyway. Anyways, I'm going straight to lashes, and I just used the eyetitude mascara from Yangabeauty, one of my favorite mascaras, hands down. And as you can see, just a fine job. And for lashes, I'm using Nubanbeauty. This doesn't come in like styles or anything, but I just chose this particular style. I love the drama I was giving her eyes, and we used that. Lashes really do make a difference. Just look at that. And I'm going back with that same eyetitude mascara on the bottom lashes just to lengthen and give bottom lashes some volume. And I'm doing a close-up so you can see what I just did. Love this mascara. And here I'm just dusting off. To be honest, I'm not really doing anything. I just wanted to clean up a little bit. Now we're going into lips, and I'm using the dark brown pencil from Beautylinebydidi. This is just a regular dark brown pencil, but the formula is great. It glides on smoothly. I love the consistency of it, and it's a shade or brown shade that can work on like different skin tones. It's just like really nice. I like it. And then the pencil comes with like a brush on the other side. I'm applying that pencil as a liner and bringing it inwards, and I'm just blending that inwards as well. I'm just making sure that my line is as seamless as I can get it to be. Next up is I'm applying the Raahcosmetics lip gloss in Deep Bling. This is just the high shine lip gloss, and this shade has like a bronzy pigment in it. It's not metallic, it's not metallic at all, it's just reflective. It just has the pigment, and this shade is probably my favorite shade from the entire lip gloss collection. And I'm applying that with my Colorbox lip brush. This shade is so beautiful on dark brown skin, and I just really like it. It's giving like 90s vibes, which I love. It's also very pigmented, and you actually don't need too much to get it to work. It's also very true to color. Every shade I have in my kit, and I really do like how true to color they are and how pigmented they were. It also has like a very fresh scent to it. Nothing too overwhelming, but I just like when something smells nice on the lips. And this shade paired with that brown lip liner was just perfect on my model skin. And I'll be setting all that in with my Nubanbeauty setting spray. And this is the finished look, guys. So beautiful, if I do say so myself. The skin is dewy, it's giving luxury, it's fresh as I wanted it to look. Super impressed with everything that I used here today. Some I've used before, some are first impressions, and it did not disappoint me, well, except one. And even when my lighting changed because I was swimming with daylight, everything still looked balanced. The tones were well replicated. The longer it stayed, the better it looked, and that is huge. You can shop all my favorite Nigerian products from www.managerpicks.com. It will be stated in the description box below as well. Thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful.